If you've ever wanted a ship that's part cruiser, part carrier, and 100% controversial, this one's for you. The Tier 10 German hybrid heavy cruiser, Hildebrand, is back in World of Warships through a limited time Armory auction for German Unity Day. But with a starting bid of 43,300 doubloons, roughly 175 US dollars, only 1,800 copies available, and a playstyle that splits the community, the big question is she actually worth it? Let's find out. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Normal Guy of the North here. Today we're diving into a ship that's as fascinating as it is divisive, the Hildebrand. Half cruiser, half carrier. She represents the peak of German hybrid design and the height of player debate. Some say she's a masterpiece of versatility. Others call her a floating war crime against game balance. So in this deep dive, we'll cover her history, her specs, how she actually plays, the community reaction, and whether this auction deserves your hard-earned doubloons. Hildebrand's origins trace back to the O-class battlecruiser project, part of Germany's ambitious Plan Z, in the late 1930s. These ships were intended as high-speed Atlantic raiders, able to destroy convoys and disengage from heavier British capital ships. In reality, none of the O-class hulls were ever laid down. The outbreak of war canceled them before construction began. Wargaming reimagined what might have happened if one survived into 1945 and was converted into a hybrid Flugdeckkreuzer, a cruiser with a flight deck. That what-if vision became Hildebrand. 6 305mm guns forward, a hangar and flight deck aft, and enough German engineering flair to make even the Kearsarge blush. She's the nation's first Tier 10 hybrid cruiser, giving Germany its answer to ships like Thon, Issei, and Kearsarge, but with distinctly Teutonic flavor. Here's what you need to know before bidding. The auction is live now in the Armory and ends on October 20th at 5 a.m. Pacific Time, UTC-7. Only 1,800 copies of Hildebrand are available. The minimum bid is 43,300 doubloons, approximately 175 US dollars. The lowest winning bid sets the final price for all winners. Overbids are refunded in doubloons, not cash. Earliest timestamp wins ties, so bid early if you want a better chance. There's also a secondary lot, the Minister of Defense of the Weimar Republic, commemorative flag, 2,000 winners, minimum 3,000 steel, 45 USD in steel value. Who the HE double hockey sticks would bid steel for a flag? Oh wait, what was I thinking? People spend 10,000 steel for a silver camo. If you win nothing, all of your doubloons or steel are returned automatically. Let's look at the numbers. Displacement, approximately 36,000 tons. Hit points, 63,650, very high for a cruiser. Armor, layout, 30 to 190 millimeter belt, 60 millimeter citadel deck, 27 to 30 millimeter outer plating, 19 millimeter superstructure, 60 millimeter torpedo bulkhead, approximately 37% protection. Strong, but still vulnerable to battleship AP. Main battery, 2x3 305mm SKC/39 guns, both forward. Range 18.5 kilometers, reload 15 seconds, Sigma 2.05, which is fantastic. HE Alpha 3600, 27% fire. AP Alpha 9500, excellent ship bow and presence, but limited broadside angles. Secondaries, 8x2 105mm plus 8x2 150mm. Base range 8.3 kilometers, extendable to approximately 12.5 kilometers with build. Aviation, torpedo bombers, TA-152C-1/R14, 1,710 horsepower each, 55 knot torps for 4,533 damage, approximately 39% flood chance, fast regeneration 1 minute. Hildebrand plays like a carrier cruiser hybrid. You operate at mid-range, use cover, and rotate torpedo bomber strikes roughly every minute. Each drop is small, but the frequency stacks up. Constant pressure, constant spotting, and steady fire chance generation. Dive bombers are your trump card. Because their prep time is long, use them on high-value targets or for finishing kills after forcing damage control consumables. Late game is where Hildebrand shines. If you've kept your HP pool intact, move in with hydroactive, activate secondaries, and start brawling with cruisers and destroyers. She can clean up beautifully when played patiently, but if you push too early or get spotted without planes ready, you're a massive slow target for enemy battleships. So think like a carrier commander who has to manage armor, positioning, and plane cooldowns simultaneously. HE dive bombers, 1,530 horsepower each, 13,700 damage, 78% fire chance, which is insane, but long prep, approximately 5 minutes. Mobility, 34 knots or a 880 meter turn radius. 14.1 seconds rudder shift. Concealment, 15.5 kilometer surface, 10.3 kilometers air. Consumables, damage control, infinite. Hydro, 6 kilometer ships, 4 kilometer torps. Repair party, 3 charges, plus dive bomber repair. Strengths, huge HP pool and solid armor for a cruiser. Torpedo bombers with fast prep, near constant striking potential. Late game carry potential thanks to secondaries and hydro. Can apply pressure without exposing herself. Flexible consumables for self-defense and anti-sub utility. Weaknesses, only 6 guns. Low DPM compared to other Tier 10 cruisers. Fragile planes, AA heavy targets, ruin strike tempo. Long dive bomber, prep arrow, limited burst windows. Awful concealment, always spotted first. High skill floor, weak hands will underperform. Let's talk about how players actually feel about this ship. When Hildebrand first appeared in mid-2024, the reaction was rough. Many players called her a CV in disguise. Matchmaker would treat her as a cruiser even though she could launch squadrons like a second carrier. Early Reddit threads and forum posts were brutal. 2 CVs per team is bad enough that now there's a third. Why is a cruiser doing airstrikes from the back line? Wargaming listened and nerfed her, reducing plane HP, slowing restoration time, and increasing torpedo arming distance. After that, the tone softened. By late 2024 and into 2025, she settled into a balanced spot. Experienced players still rate her highly for utility, but she's no longer the nightmare she was at launch. Public trackers show a win rate just above 50%, a bit better than average for Tier 10 cruisers, but damage numbers in the mid-tier. That suggests she wins games through utility and map control rather than raw damage. Community opinions today fall into 3 camps. One hybrid enthusiasts love her constant damage and spotting power. They see her as a thinking man's ship that rewards map awareness. 2 traditionalists still dislike her. They believe hybrids blur class identity and create uneven matches when paired with CVs. 3 collectors and whales just want rarity. They see this auction as a chance to own a trophy ship with bragging rights. YouTubers like Potato Quality and Sea Lord Mountbatten call her strong but situational. They note that she's better suited for experienced CV players who understand plane management and target selection. Forum consensus in 2025 is that she's balanced but polarizing, no longer broken, but still not universally fun to fight against. Speculative note: if future patches add more hybrids like France's Admiral Lartigue or Japan's EC-45, Hildebrand's meta position may shift again, either improving through synergy or declining through competition. That's pure prediction, not confirmed balance data. Now let's talk money. At 43,300 doubloons, you're looking at roughly 175 USD minimum. If the auction clears around 50,000 doubloons, that's approximately $200 US, and 55,000 would be approximately $220 US. Multiply that by 1,800 copies, and you get over $300,000 US in potential revenue for wargaming, even at the lowest price point. That's the business side of the auction model. Bidding tips: 1 bid early, timestamp breaks ties. 2, use non-round numbers like 44,437 to avoid tie clumps. 3, bid only what you can afford to leave in game. Refunds are in doubloons, not cash. 4, have a plan for leftover currency, containers, premium ships, economic boosters. 5, if you're just curious, treat the minimum bid as a lottery ticket. You might win cheaply or get all your dubs back. Speculative note: based on past auction patterns, Musashi Smoland, the final cutoff will likely land between 45,000 and 55,000 doubloons, but that's community projection, not official data. So, is Hildebrand worth it? For collectors and hybrid fans, absolutely. She's unique, rare, and fun if you like micromanagement and aviation-style gameplay. For average players, probably not. She's complex, pricey, and forgiving only if you master both CV and surface mechanics. At roughly $175 to $200 US, you're paying collector-level pricing for a ship that's solid but not meta-defining. If you want her, bid the minimum and hope for a lucky pull. If not, wait. Ships labeled epic often return later through bundles or containers. That's a safe assumption, but not a guarantee. Bottom line, Hildebrand is a great collector's piece, a fun hybrid experiment, but not a must-have for competitive play. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please feel free to click on the videos on your screen for more World of Warships content from yours truly. And as always, take care, stay safe, and I wish you all the best. See you in the next one, and bye for now.